I recognize the gentleman from Colorado, Mr. Lamborn.
Thank you to the witnesses for appearing today and to Chairman Rogers for organizing this timely and urgent hearing on national security threats from China. Admiral Harris, and welcome to Colorado Springs when you finally get a chance to finally retire.
Thanks.
My top priority as chairman of the Strategic Forces Subcommittee is to accelerate our hypersonic capabilities, both offensive and defensive. Nowhere is the need for this more clear than in the Pacific. I'm extremely concerned about the anemic pace with which the department seems to be pursuing hypersonic capabilities. And I'm also troubled by the current limited plan to field these systems. Most relevant for this hearing is the Navy's plan to field offensive hypersonics on the Zumwalt destroyer, of which we only have 3. Could you discuss the strategic implications of China's hypersonic weapons for our planning and the importance you place on fielding American hypersonic capabilities as quickly as possible? And I'm going to ask you to pull the microphone just a little closer to you. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. It's good to be from Colorado, I believe. So I'll be brief for my answer because the real expert is right here. But I'll just say that we're shooting behind the Peking duck on hypersonics. China is ahead of us in that regard. We need an offensive capability and we need a defensive capability. Imagine a missile that's flying so fast that you can't pick it up on radar, let alone shoot it down. And that's what we're up against. And we need to invest in that capability now in order to, again, right the errant course that we're on.
Doctor?
So I should also say it's good to be from Colorado. I grew up in Colorado Springs, and I come from a line of Colorado natives, in fact. So I'm happy that the Admiral is getting a taste of the good life there, too. Sir, in regards to your question, I understand the interest in hypersonics and the concern about the CCP's advances in that area. My perspective is that the priority investment in terms of technology is less, from the United States perspective, should be less on those large and very exquisite kinds of platforms and capabilities. I favor much more strongly the ability, again, to disperse and be mobile and the AI-enabled technologies that support those kinds of missions. This is not to say we shouldn't be continuing to invest in and learn from research into hypersonics and the development thereof. It's just not, to my mind, the first priority.
Let me shift gears to China's breakout in nuclear forces. A former STRATCOM commander, Admiral Richard, called it breathtaking, and I agree. And Chairman Rogers, you referred to this also. The number of launchers that they have is now at or higher than the amount that the U.S. has. And I think they're also watching what's happening in Ukraine, where Putin, to some degree of success, is having his threats of nuclear, the use of nuclear weapons have an effect on some of the players there. How do you assess that China's nuclear buildup fits into its strategy to attain what they call national rejuvenation? And this is for both of you. Thank you.
So I believe that their nuclear force breakout, if you will, is part and parcel of what they believe their overall intent is. You know, they want to overcome this 100 years of humiliation piece and their dream of national rejuvenation by 2049, the 100th anniversary of the modern PRC will be enhanced by their nuclear capability. 2027, the Davidson window, if you will, that's the 100th year of the PLA, the People's Liberation Army. So that's another important milestone. And it behooves us to modernize our nuclear arsenal as well so that we keep up. We never want to create a situation whereby China or any other country can envision a successful first strike.
Doctor?
Thank you, Representative. I think the Admiral is correct that there is a status element involved in the expansion of the PRC's nuclear capabilities. I think it's also a response to their perceptions of a more threatening international environment. I also agree with the Admiral that we need to be attentive to modernization of our triad, and yet we can be confident that we still retain vast stocks far in excess of what the CCP's ambitions suggest that they will be able to achieve in the near term.
Thank you.